searching.
Because I'm searching. My antennae are searching.
To free myself.
We want to free ourselves from worries. And get strong in who we are. And knowing that we are the spirit of love. We are the spirit of joy, goodness, grace, God. Yeah.
Free myself from the chains that bind my
There's a lot of chains that bind sometimes. And we want to not let those chains. So, how are you identifying yourself? Are you a conqueror? Are you a believer? Are good things always happening to you? Are you always being hurt in some kind of way?
You got me now. I feel so all alone.
What does your heart say about me? I know your head says one thing. What does your heart say? I probably should have wore a shirt that I could actually read.
And I know
I think it
you will
says,
never ever lose myself again in this life. In this life.
it's Erica Lane. I think.
Find myself again.
Finding myself. Enjoying good music, high vibration.
Trying to find the truth.
And the truth is that, we're good people. We're loving people. We're joyous people. So, as we search, it's okay. It's okay to feel off sometimes. Just as long as you come back. I'm always talking about coming back to center, coming back to your heart space, coming back to remembering the good of you. Paper trees. This life is about it's a journey of self-discovery. Last week, we raise our families, we have our jobs, things like that. But we gotta feel like we know who we are. Do you know who you are? If you know who you are, you can put it in the chat. What are the roles you play? When I think of that question for me, who am I? I know I'm a soul. I know I am joy embodied. I know I am. Did you hear that word, God? I know that God is the presence of me. And I'm also a mother, a wife, an entrepreneur, a daughter, a sister, an aunt. A friend. I know I'm a kind person. So, how do you identify who are you? And when you say you want to make a transformation, is it a role you're trying to change? Or is it an idea about you that you're trying to change? You get to do a little bit of soul searching. You get to do a little bit of looking at how are you living your life, and is the way that you're living your life, is it serving you? Is it making you feel good about who you are? Is it making you feel good about what you do? Sometimes things happen, they get us off our course. We may have a job loss or a breakup or something that we don't like, and we don't feel our regular good selves. We might feel a little bit off. We can always just want you to know. So yeah, identity. How are you identifying? Who are you? And how are you taking care of you, the you that you are? You as the parent, you as the spouse, you as the, you know, the partner, the mate, you as the employee, you as the boss. How are you taking care of you? What are you doing for yourself to make sure that you have for you and not just for everybody else? You know, you say you want to change something or transform something or have something be different in your life. What are you doing about that? So, I mean, that's kind of how I'm feeling because, let me see what's happened. I don't know. I saw somebody who I used to know and they were relating to me like we were still in close relationship. Thank you so much for the gift. And we are not in close relationship. And you know, there's no dissension or anything, but it kind of sort of made me think how I'm different from when they knew me. When we spent a lot of time together, you know, on the daily basis. So it got me to thinking, they might think that I'm still that person or I'm still like how I used to be with them. And I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I'm still a kind, loving person, but they were acting way too intimate. And I'm thinking to myself, of course, you know, whenever I see anybody, I'm always going to greet them and speak to them, all that great stuff. But it just became apparent to me. It's like, wow, you are not the person who they think you are. They're relating to you like you're the angry, hostile, you know, being that you used to often, you know, present to them. And I think me relating to them in a kind, soft, loving way kind of threw them off. So that's why I wanted to talk about identity. Like, who are you? What matters to you? How do you take care of you? Have you had any big changes? Have you seen somebody and they thought, oh, you're still that person who didn't stand up for yourself? You know, I've had a lot of that. I got a long, big background, you know, in my youth of trying to play nice and trying to keep the peace. And now I feel much stronger and confident in my beingness to have, you know, clear delineations of how I'm going to allow myself to be treated. So I want to make sure that we know who we are, that we know we are to be valued, that we know we are to be loved, that we know that however we identify, you know, we are worthy. So it's a beautiful day here in St. Louis. The antennae are doing their own thing. I think I did too much and I can't figure out how to do whatever, but I have to do some things to keep my energy up because I think I might have did too much at the gym. Hey, JTK all day. Because, you know, I'm on my thing to love myself. And one thing that I'm doing these days to love myself is choosing to take care of my body. And that's a way that I identify too. I'm identifying as somebody who loves herself, who's choosing to take care of herself. So I'm about transformation. And, you know, we all have things that we want to accomplish. We all have things that we want to do. The question is, are we willing to do what it takes to have that different experience? If you're willing to do what it takes, you can put an emoji in the chat. If you're willing to do what it takes to make that shift, make that change, have that business, you know, get that man, get that woman, get that they, them, whatever the case may be, lose that weight, you know, or get stronger in your body. I had to, because I'll tell you this, I have been more healthier at different times. And then I notice when life gets real stressful, it's so easy to just put caring for myself to the side. And what I'm learning is, how I'm identifying is someone who can take care of herself even when stuff happens in life. Now, the shift may change with the schedule a little bit. You know, there might not be to the degree of going to the gym as much or drinking as much water or having as much free time, but I can still do something I'm identifying as somebody who loves herself, who's willing to put forth what it takes to have a change or a difference. And so I'm just saying, how do you feel about that? Hey, AS Mr. Time 002. I love everybody's names. And so now it's like, now I see when people would see my name, they'd be like, hey, it's official 314. Oh, and for anybody who wants to know what 314 is, it's actually 314 because I'm from the Lou and I'm proud. And that is our area code. All right, so transformation. What do you want to change? What do you want to be different? Anything you want to be different, I have, I'm a spiritual practitioner, that thing. And so I speak with a lot of people who want to do a little bit of something different. But we are so comfortable in what we've built, okay? Like just comfortable in our homes, comfortable in, I'll get to that later. Comfortable in, I don't want to make that shift because one, I might not be the person that all the people who love me expect me to be. Let me tell you about that. I know at one point when I started this aspect of my spiritual journey, I actually lost a lot of friends. And I remember actually crying to Dr. Michael. He used to have these, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith of Agape International Spiritual Center. He used to have these calls. You can actually get on the phone with him and ask him questions. And I was like, I done lost all my friends. And he was like, as long as you're you will have people in your life who love you, who appreciate you. And, in time, I found my tribe. I found my community. So for me now, I'm identifying as somebody who loves herself, who loves house music, who seeks to share her voice in helping people feel good about themselves. It's important to me. And I'm a spiritual person. I believe in God. I call it God. I call it presence. I call it spirit. And I respect what everybody else, believes in. So whatever you believe in, hey, I got you. So I want to play this praying for you because to me, that's my way of extending love to community. Me seeing that everybody is beautiful. Me seeing that everybody matters. All of that. So this is okay. I guess I might, I probably do a lot of Louie Vega. I got to add some black coffee in that too and some more people. But I'm just picking out the songs that speak to my heart, and I'm hoping that they speak to other people's heart. Hey G's, Thieves, hey, it's a lot of people who have to put my hand here so then I can probably see. Hey Daryl, hey Deborah, hey Angie, hey Looking, Loving, and then I see a user. So I hope y'all like house music because I'm a house head, okay? And like I said, my antennae are up today. They want to do their own dance. And I'm just thinking about what changes do I want to make in being my better self? It's always something that I can do to live more, as I believe that spirit is giving me the desire. So if you know that you got something in your heart that you got to make a change, you can put an emoji in the chat. And I'm just going to give my hands out to you to say I'm giving you good energy. Yeah. And if you like the song, you can put an emoji in the chat. You can tap my face. Just feel it.
All you are is a walk of perfection. They don't know how I feel about you. They don't know what I see in you. I do.
I see the beauty in you. I see the good of you. They generically pray for the world, but they pray for their specific community. They pray for individual souls. I'm one of those people when I'm in my car. I'm praying for everybody on the road. I'm praying for people as I pass them by on the street, in houses and buildings. And what that means for me is I'm seeing you as you are. Perfect, whole, and complete. And that is one way that I identify. So you can want to make changes. You can want to have some transformations. You can want to make some shifts. And let me tell you, you're still perfect, whole, and complete. The good of you just is. It just absolutely is. Yes.
Woman like you so fine that it's scary. I named my daughter after you if you
Yes.
let me. They don't know how I feel about you. They don't know what I see in you. I do.
So this is the Winans with the no, this is Jasper Street Co. Oh my goodness, with the Louie Vega remix.
Spend my time just thinking about you on my nights.
So I'm saying everybody is good, whole, perfect, and complete. Tell me how you identify. You know, put it in the chat. You know, I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I'm a sister, I'm a conqueror. You know, I'm a lover, I'm a friend.
Pack my bags up anyway, ready for this trip.
What do people like? What are some of the nice things that people say about you?
If I had one wish,
How do other people identify you? You know, it's always good to hear a compliment.
just praying for you. Should I spend my time on my knees just praying for you? Spend my time,
And that's what listening to praying for you.
yes I will.
Is there anybody who you're holding in your heart, who you want to send good energy to? You know, you can tag them and share the live, or you can put their name in the chat, and you know, we give them good energy. Yes, good energy. We give them loving energy.
Yes I am. I'm on my knees.
I was on AJ the Trainer's live, and I don't know, maybe a couple of days ago, I just ran across him, and he shared some really quality information for me. Like, okay, so like this is only, I haven't even been live 10 times, and it's like stuff that I still don't know how to do. So he allowed you to ask questions. So, and if I could see him again, I would. I'm learning how to do stuff, so y'all just gotta be, you know, patient with me as I get it together.
With you, babe. Lord, I need
With this music, this vibe to it, let it lift you.
right there with you. Said I will answer you. I'll do your will.
People are praying for you,
I
y'all.
will.
So hey, Pop Boy, hey,
Don't you leave.
oh my goodness,
Said I
I think it's love.
I'm praying for you on my knees. I need your help down on my knees.
So this is house music, you know, and house music can be gospel based, it can be dance based, you know, it can be rock based, it can be electronic based, it can be so many things. That's why I love it. I say house music is for the soul because how can you hear this music and not want to dance or move? Oh, raise me up. Lord and Savior, that's right.
Said I need you, baby. Said I want you, baby. Got to have your love. Got to have your love. Got to have your love. I'm on my knees, begging you, please. Let's go to a place. Come on, girl. Let's travel, baby.
So praying is about affirming, you know, what is. You know, that our good is here, our love is here, our right relations, our right inheritance, our divinity, our right prosperity and abundance, our right health, yeah, it's here.
Yes, you are. On my knees. I pray
So you can give honor and praise
like Anna prays.
to your most high,
Yes, I did. On my
whatever feels good to you.
on my knees. Yes, on my knees. And I'm clean.
You know, a lot of people go through a journey of discovering who they are. You know, where a lot of us are raised with a particular religion or a spirituality. And then at some point, we get an opportunity to look for ourselves, you know. Do I believe this? And why do I believe this? Is this working for me? So then we get an opportunity to go and explore and, you know, read different books, look at different thoughts and ideas to see what feels right in our soul, you know. That's what it's about. Now, as a parent, hey Amy, with my own child at her own pace, you know, wanted to look at, you know, some other ideals. You know, I had to remember, okay, I don't have to force anything, you know. long as I know that she is perfect, whole, and complete. Yes. For those who don't know, this woman is so gifted performing weddings. Yes, thank you so much, Patrice. Hey, funny lady, yes. Weddings are my thing. And that's another way that I identify. You know, I am a wedding officiant, a micro wedding coordinator. You know, I do so much in that aspect. You know, that's one way I identify. I'm also a computer programmer, whatever it is, you know, project management, that type of thing. But I primarily identify as a soul. Yes. And I am absolutely all about love. Exactly. Yes, thank you. I mean, because love is what is moving us. Love is why we're here. So if we say we want to transform something or change something, we can do that in love. It doesn't have to be by force. You know, if you're seeing yourself as maybe someone who has a lot of bad luck, that doesn't have to be so. You know, you can change that. You can shift that. It is literally like flipping the switch. Just one day, just decide, my luck is changing. My good is here now. You know, I had an experience. I got an email, y'all. Oh my God. And you know how on your phone you see sort of maybe the title of the email before you actually see what it is. And I knew who it was from. And I immediately got like this sick feeling. And I said, you know what? No. I am not going to allow this thing to move me. I'm not going to allow my emotions to be changed by some appearance. I'm going to stay feeling good and in control of me. You know, so it's important that we do that. It's important that we don't let things, when they happen, sort of take us down or make us mad or angry. And in fact, before I even opened the email, I did kind of do like a silent prayer, you know, just remembering that everything is good. All is well. All is working in my favor. The universe is conspiring on my behalf. Okay, so doesn't matter what they say in that email, I'm not going to let it like floor me. But yeah, so, and that's important too, you know, transformation. I don't want to be like the person who, when things happen, I'm just reacting. And that's not to say that you're not allowed to, you know, be upset or be angry. Absolutely. You can't just, you know, have these feelings and bottle them up. You have to let them out. But is that where you want to stay? If you want to have transformation, if you want to choose to have more good joy experiences, you got to look at where you can shift and change. So are you identifying, you know, as the, like I said, that person who saw me, I think they thought I was still, you know, the little mean, angry, you know, hostile lady or whatever, you know. You know, or do you want to be who you truly are in your core, you know? When you think about yourself, you know, in your core, you know, you as a little person, you as that child, you know, that carefree spirit, do you know what I'm saying? You know, that one who had hopes and dreams, that one who just allowed themselves to feel good just because. Yeah, that's how you can take the time to identify now too. And even still making changes that work for you, changes that will make you feel like, okay, I'm treating myself like I matter, all right? Because sometimes some people will attempt to treat you like you don't matter, right? You have taught me about the importance of self-love. Oh, thank you, Patrice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, Nisha. Yes, yes. Self-love. Making sure that if we give anybody anything, give it to yourself. You know, we do so much for so many people. I know women who, they turn over backwards, you know, for their family. I saw this movie on Amazon. The lady, the actress is Edie Falco. And it's prime, and basically she's a, you know, mother with grown children, and it literally seems like her whole life, even with them being grown, she's just all about, you know, making sure that their needs are met. And some people feel like, in the storyline that her kids are taking advantage of her, woo, woo, woo. And then she shares at the end, like, for her, taking care of her family, is everything, That's how she identifies. Her role as a mother is essential to her, because she did carve out small space. But I would always try to encourage people, have some balance, I'm probably, that mother, how do you say, I'd bite a dog for my daughter, okay? Roof, 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 roof. Hey, DPY753, I would bite a dog for my baby. But I have also, other roles that I'm playing, other things about me that are important. Yeah, so what we want, Patrice, yes, we have to speak things into existence. So maybe not see yourself as a person who's having bad luck or things are always going wrong. Maybe just try to focus on, just maybe count. Ooh, what are some good things that have happened to me today? And if you're on that road to transformation, changing anything about yourself, if it's your diet, if it's the people who you hang out with, if it's where you work, whatever it is, giving some energy to appreciate like one thing that you can do, that you can just start doing for you to make you feel good. And so now I'm going to do with Theo Parrish, because I want everyone who is that unrecognized hero, that unrecognized shiro, that unrecognized person who is taking care of kids, who is taking care of elders, or older parents. Y'all, I'm seeing a friend, it's a real thing. For those, hello, Miss Jackson, for those who are going out of the way for their community, you are appreciated, okay? You are appreciated. Take some time to honor who you are. And think about that, if you are feeling like, I don't know who I am, I need to reconnect with me. Think about all the love you give to others unselfishly. She gonna say that in the song. Think about that. You deserve all the love that you give to other people to give it to yourself. Peace and integrity.
Respect for humanity.
Yes.
You need to be what you never seen. That's all you're trying to be.
For every person who works, in the military to support us in other countries. For every person who works in the doctor's office. For the people who come pick up our trash. For the bus drivers, okay? For all the people that work in fast food. Y'all are appreciated. For the people who work behind the scenes in the doctor's office. The ones who are, keeping systems going and phones working, all right? You are appreciated. For the grandmothers who are now mothers again, maybe taking care of their grands, you are appreciated.
Love that you give unselfishly. This is for you.
Yes. Patrice says I was drowning in self-pity. Then I thought, I woke up, my kids are healthy, my God's got me. Yes. Exactly. We can get lost in, the self-pity. And I'm not saying that there aren't things that happen. Things happen. I went to the funeral of a young cousin on Sunday. His mother, this is her second son, who has transitioned in 2 years. And still I know that God is, that good is, that we have to accept that each soul is on their individual journey. And even when we don't understand what's happening in the spirit world, everything is perfect, whole, and complete. So if we feel disconnected, we have to give ourselves love so we can be okay. So we're not walking around with the pain and traumas that we're experiencing or that we know of being the first thing that we put out in the world. No. We cry, we heal, and we help support those others who are in need. So everybody is appreciated. Yes. that's what's wild, because when I say I ran from my calling, and you want to talk about identity, I did not want to identify as somebody who is in love with God. I did not want to identify as somebody who God was calling to come and do something. You know, because my version of being a minister at that time, or being a person who served community in relation to loving God, source creator, I don't know. My grandfather was a preacher, and I thought, you know, I was a kid, it had to look like that, you know. I thought it was just standing in the pulpit, you know, going to visit the sick and shut in. But I remember when I was a teenager, I had an experience, some people might call it receiving the Holy Ghost. Knew that my way, or my version of loving God, my way of identifying as a Christ-centered being, did not have to look like my granddad's. And so from then, I have been sticking to, I think I've been on my spiritual journey since then. You know, I became a licensed practitioner, I think 3 years ago. And even before then, just allowing myself to remember that how I choose to serve God and serve people is the way that I've been designated. See, my calling may not look like somebody else's calling, you know. So me identifying as a person who love is her ministry, and that's what I say. I say love is my ministry. You know, that's important for me. So how are you identifying? You know, do you see yourself as a beautiful thing that you are? You know, are you a good friend? Are you that person who people can, you know, count on, call on when people need something, and you just show up, you know, like a rainbow in the sky? I'm trying to keep the little antennae up, but you know, they want to do what they want to do. They want to do what they want to do. Patrice says you have such a peace about you. It calms you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. That's one of the compliments that I get a lot is I am very calm, that I am very peaceful. And I believe one of my gifts is that, oh, thank you so much, JTK, all day, thank you so much, thank you so much. I think one of my gifts is just that, to be that space of calm, to be that space of love. Even before I started doing weddings, I knew that I had a role to play in helping people to allow their all to show up. Because I've been encouraged along the way. I've had mentors who've helped me. So my calmness, you know, first of all, weddings, people, you know, their energy is like this. So I just seek to be peace. I seek to be that place of order and that space where they can just be, you know. So yes, on my calling, you know, I'm still being called. There are things that I am to do, and I am in process of doing all the things that I have heard Spirit say to me. One of those is using my voice. Oh, it starts at 10:30. It's Unity Christ Church in Brentwood, and I'll send you a text so then you have it. Yeah, so I speak there once monthly. And I used to be the Sunday school teacher. Yeah, years ago I was a Sunday school teacher at Unity Christ Church. I loved my babies. I loved my babies. And so then I went on and did other things. Like I said, I'm a practitioner, spiritual practitioner, which basically means it's like you can have a therapy session and you can talk about God, okay? Because in traditional, you know, cognitive behavioral therapy, that's not really, I'm not going to say it's frowned upon, but it's not really an option. Hey, 000. So yeah. So I'm seeking to, you know, always be better, always listen to what I'm being told to in my heart. You know, has anybody, it's like you know you're supposed to do something and you might do it or you might not, but please tell me, put an emoji or something in the chat to say yes. I know there's something more that we have a mission. We can forget that we have a purpose. We can forget all of our good. So I'm about encouraging us to remember, hey, be good to you. You matter. You are important. So whatever changes that you feel like you want to make, you can do them. You know, you don't have to be just downtrodden like it's not a possibility. Yeah. Oh, okay. She says, Patricia, I think one of your greatest gifts is you put your ego aside. You're humble. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you. And it's interesting you say that because I just celebrated my 15th wedding anniversary not too long ago, and I wrote a poem, and one of the things was that I think I am healing through is the big ego. Learning to remember that I'm sharing space with somebody, I'm sharing heart with somebody, and it's not just about me, it's about us. So that's a transformation, you know, that I'm going through. Thank you, Patrice. I am, you know, going through ensuring that I'm conscious of I have somebody else in the world who loves me. And when I'm going into the world, I'm not just solely representing me, I'm representing us and our union and our impact on the world. That's important for me. So that's really important for me. So yeah, talk about transformation. Ooh. When I think about that first year of marriage, if anybody is married, put an emoji in the chat. That first year, ooh, you want to talk about have I made a transformation? I don't even recognize oh my goodness. Man, I'm not ashamed to say it was kind of sort of like, this is my world, okay? And I'm just letting you in a little bit. It was ridiculous. I'm so grateful that I have grown past that. You know, I'm so grateful to see that, you know, God has given me somebody who supports me, who loves me, you know, who believes in me, and knows that they are not, you know, just another aspect of my life. They matter, you know, they're important. Because I know, ooh, like I said, that first year, you know, when you have two people coming together, two different ideas of what life is supposed to be like when you share it, you know, it can be a little bumpy. It can be a little wild. I would always encourage now, because we didn't do this. And now, you know, now that I'm a practitioner, I definitely encourage people to do premarital counseling, because you want to make sure you're on the same page. You want to make sure, you know, hey, what is my expectation of marriage and relationship? You know, are we going to be in any type of traditional roles, or how are we going to handle money? And when we have conflict, what is my style of communicating? Or do I have one? Or am I the person who shuts down? See, there are many ways that we can transform, that we can make changes. And it's not to say that who we are is not good enough. No, it's to say that we want to have better experiences in our world. We want to have better expressions of what life means to us. Oh, Patrice says, I need advice. My best friend, has turned away. They say, don't beg people to love you. Oh, do I? Yeah. You know the phrase just as much as I know the phrase, Patrice. You know, when you love someone, you let them go. If they return to you, then they're yours. If they do not, then they weren't. And we also know that everything is for a season or a reason or a lifetime. So there are going to be relationships that expire. They serve their purpose. What I would invite you to do, let me see, she said, walk away from my boundaries and self-care. Yeah. What I would invite you to do is to have some quiet time and think about when you are with, or when you were with this person, how you felt. Think about the dynamic of the relationship. Was it in balance? Were you most of the time feeling good? Were you most of the time feeling something that could be described as negative? Was the person always loving to you? I hear you say something about boundaries and self-care. What was the issue with them that boundaries had to be designated, and how did that affect your self-care? See, friends always don't necessarily mean to not have our best interests at heart, but sometimes people are just too focused on themselves that they don't bring the love, that they're not paying attention to how they're treating other people. It is very difficult when you have had someone in your life to have to walk away from that. But if it is for your peace, then I absolutely encourage a way to make peace with not being in relationship with it anymore. Now, it doesn't mean that you're wishing them ill will or anything. No, 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 no. You have love for them from afar. I do know what this is about. I had people who were, in my life for a long time, and now they're not. When the transitions happened, did it hurt? Absolutely. But then I had to look at, who am I? Remember about identity, and who are they? And if there's no way for us to peacefully come together and share space and be friends, then I wish them well. I want them to go on and have the happiest of lives. And I actually pray for them, but I'm not going to choose to share space with them. Okay, she is an active, addiction, and it's not healthy for me. But yes. Oh, Patrice, you have my prayers. And right now I'm taking a moment to send her loving energy, knowing that as she is moving through this experience, that she has not been forgotten, she has not been forsaken, that the presence of God is hers, that the presence of love is hers. So in these types of situations, boundaries are essential. Yeah, if she's in active addiction, knowing her as she really is, is going to be very important. You have to take the time to remember that she is love, and that what's acting out in her right now, it's not her, and you still don't have to get caught up in it. It's important that you set this boundary, because actually it's showing her love. I have a family member who has an addiction, is an alcoholic, and there was a time, you talking about identity. Whoo, how about identified as codependent? Let's talk about identified as codependent, okay? It's this thing that was just like, to save. Let's take a breath. Let's dial it back. If there's anything that we've been given in the spirit of love and Christ-centeredness and Godness and the spirit of presence, it's to serve, not to save. As I mentioned, each soul is on their own individual journey. And even though it pains us to see them in certain experiences, we have to have healthy boundaries. We have to support them as they move through, knowing that they can get through to the other side of this. But we cannot let them bring us down. It serves me no purpose to jump in that river with the person who is drowning when they will not take the lifesaver that is being offered. They don't want that. They might just want to drag you down in it. So I'm sending you good energy, because I know how painful that can be. And I'm not happy that you're experiencing that at all. So this song is for I Choose You. And it's about remembering that God's spirit source has chosen you to have a good life, to have a good experience, to be able to live up to every desire that you're given, that you can transform yourself, that you can transform any experience. So yeah, so know that God chooses you, Spirit chooses you, Source chooses you, Universe chooses you, and you get to choose it too. And if you say you're choosing that, that means you're choosing all the divine qualities, You're choosing love, you're choosing harmony, you're you love her from afar. You pray for her, knowing the truth of her. You send her good energy. Patrice, I would even encourage you to write her a letter of love if you can, and just give it to her. Don't talk about what she's doing wrong. Don't talk about anything she's done wrong. Just in that letter, express your love, express your care, express how much she means to you. That's it. Yeah. And like I said, just remember to see her as whole, perfect, and complete. This is what transformation is about. It's a mindset that we can shift. It's a beingness. I'm a transformed soul. I'm new and different. I'm not my old way of thinking. I'm not my old way of acting. I'm not my old way of being. I'm new. And you're new too. Yes. We are chosen. We are chosen. Life is good. Hey, Wobby Wob. And that's why, like I said, house music is for the soul, because this is the type of music where I feel like for me, when I want to be in prayer, when I want to have some contemplation moment, I can let the instruments sort of just guide me there, and it helps me to express whatever emotion I need to, whether that's elation, whether that's, tears, the power and the presence. Thank you all. I thank you for remembering who you are, that you are worthy, and remember, you're perfect, whole, and complete. And I want you to think about how you identify. You know I like to give homework. So, how are you identifying? Are you identifying as the all, the light, the wonder? Or as somebody who has a lot of bad times and isn't a good person? Okay, so you did some things. Today, right now, can be a new moment. Let me see. It took 60 years for me to value and love myself. Thank you for guiding people to embrace their inner beauty. It may take a minute, but it's okay. The idea is that you don't give up. You keep putting what is the desire or the call of your heart forward. Even if you're not exactly sure how to do it from day to day, you take some time to remember that your good is here. That whatever sadness, angriness, hurt, or whatever low feeling, that you can shift it into something that you can change. What do we talk about? We talk about the acorn, we talk about the caterpillar. Like, they end up as completely different things, okay? A tree and a butterfly. Like, real talk. Real talk. I did a message at Unity Church about the butterfly, but not the typical caterpillar butterfly. It was more about, did you know about the butterfly wings? And did you know about the monarch butterfly? Can fly like 1,000 miles. Did you know about the beautiful scales on the wings that allow the butterfly, to, when it rains, they take care of it, or, in terms of deflecting the light. So we have these tools within us. We have these little things about us, these nuances that Spirit has given us to take care of us and to help us to be our all self, to be our new self, to be what we were designed to be. I have been emotionally paralyzed for a week. Oh, you have freed me like a butterfly. Thank you for that, Patrice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Be gentle with yourself. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Be for real. Just be gentle with yourself as you move through this with your friends. You identify as a good friend. That is what you are. You identify as a loving soul. make some differences and changes. You know, see yourself as powerful. See yourself as light. Yeah. You know, our antennae are like my hair. You know, it's always out there. You know, when you get those little downloads of messages, pay attention. You know, pay attention. Well, I thank everyone for being here. I thank you for your energy. Patrice, thank you for your conversation. I will be back. As you go forward, remember, you're identifying as wholeness, perfection, and completeness. You're transforming into the newness of you. Okay? You are allowed to do that. I'm giving you permission to do that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, DC. Hey, Rosie Jones. Can you please say a prayer for those inflicted with alcoholism and addiction? Absolutely. So right now, I'm just saying I'm grateful. Grateful for the presence of God in every aspect of our lives. Grateful that the knowingness of spirit is having its way. I'm grateful that love is, despite any appearance of anything, I know that love is, because God is, because spirit is, because source is. And I am all that God, spirit, source, Jesus the Christ is. And as I am, so too is each person who is moving through addiction. The truth of them is wholeness. The truth of them is power. The truth of them is love. So I am blessing them. I am calling them forth in their true energy. And I'm knowing that God prevails. I'm knowing that light prevails. I'm knowing that truth prevails. Oh,